Hi everyone, it's Miss Thangaraj. A few of you have asked me to make a video with the examples we've done in class, so I'm going to do that now. Please forgive me if there's noise in the background. Just like many of you, we have lots of people learning at home. I've got 3 kids learning at home while I'm trying to teach at home, and I've got 3 dogs, so it might be a little noisy, but we will do our best. So this was the first example we did together in class today. And so what we want to do is we want to simplify it. And simplify it means make it shorter or smaller. And simplify means we want to cancel out the things that we can cancel out. Before we can simplify it though, in class, the way we've been doing it is by making it longer. And when we make it longer, we can find the things we can cancel, and then we eventually can make it shorter. So I'm going to look at this question. I've got 5. I have x squared, which means x times x, and I've got y to the exponent 9, which means y times y times y times y times y. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the top of my fraction, and on the bottom I have 15 times y. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that says x to the exponent 4. So x, 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 x. When we are simplifying, let's first worry about the variables. Variables mean the letters. Let's cancel those out. And then we'll worry about the fraction at the end. So I can see that at the top there are 2 x's. And there are less x's here than there are here. So that means all of the x's on the top will disappear and we'll have some left on the bottom. So if I cancel out this x, I can cancel out this x, I can cancel out this x, I can cancel out this x. Already we know that on the bottom I will have x squared left over. No x's on the top, only on the bottom, on the denominator of the fraction. Now let's look at our y's. My y's, I'm going to cancel out my y's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, all my y's cancel out. So that means when I'm writing my simplified version, there'll be no y's. So on the top, everything's been canceled out except for the 5. On the bottom, everything's been canceled out except for the 15 and the x squared. And so now my variable part has been simplified. I used to have all of these variables or letters. Now I only have an x squared on the bottom. And now I need to reduce my fraction. So let's go to the side of my page. I have the fraction 5 over 15. If I want to reduce that fraction, I know I can divide this by 5. I can divide this by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 15 divided by 5 is 3. So if I wanted to simplify this, on the top I would have a 1 instead of a 5. On the bottom I would have a 3, and I would have an x squared. So I started with this. I expanded it, made it really big. I canceled things out. I reduced my fraction, and I got this answer, which is the simplified answer. Here is the second example we did. We worked on this one in our breakout rooms, and I'm going to help you with it as well. So I want you to notice that when you see the exponent 3 outside of the bracket, it means you need to multiply what's in the bracket by itself 3 times. So that means that I have 2x squared y to the exponent 7, and then I have 2x squared y to the exponent 7, and then I have 2x squared y to the exponent 7 on the top, and on the bottom I just have x to the exponent 8, y to the exponent 9. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the top a lot longer. So I'm going to have 2x, x, y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. X squared, because it's x to the exponent 2. Y to the exponent 7, so it's y, 7 times. And then I've got another 2x, x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then lastly, the final 2x squared, y to the exponent 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then the bottom is pretty simple. X to the exponent 8, y to the exponent 9. I'm going to move my cord, which is underneath my paper. Okay. Now on the top, we are multiplying all of those things. And when you're multiplying, it doesn't matter which order you multiply. You can multiply 2 times x, times y, times y, times y, times y, times 2 times x, times x, so on. Or you can multiply all the 2's, and then all the x's, and then all the y's. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to take all the 2's and put them together. So I have 2 times 2 times 2. This dot right here means I'm multiplying. When they're squished together, it means we're multiplying. And then I've got x times x from the first one, and then x times x from the second one, and then x times x from the third one. I've got 7 y's from the first one I have to write down, 7 y's from the second one, and 7 y's from the third one. So I'm going to y, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then y from the second one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then lastly, 1, 2, 3, oops, that wasn't very neat, 4, 5, 6, 7. And on the bottom, I've got x, 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 x. I'm multiplying x times itself 8 times. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 y's. Now, when you look at this, you want to think about where you have more x's and where you have more y's. But look at the y's. Clearly, there's more y's here than there are here. That means any y's that are left over will be on the top, because all of these ones will cancel out. If I look at the x's, there's more x's here than here. So these will all cancel out, and I'll be left with some on the bottom. Okay? So let's get rid of this messy part. 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. You got that? Now, let's look at my x's. On top, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 from the first bracket, 2 from the second bracket, 2 from the third bracket. That means I've got 6. On the bottom, I have 8. All 6 on the top will cancel out with 6 on the bottom, and I'll only have x's left on the bottom. So all of these 6 cancel out with these 6 right here. There are no 6's on top. There's no x's on top anymore. There's only x's on the bottom. If I look here, I got lots of y's on top, not very many y's on the bottom. So how many of them? There's 9 y's on the bottom. These will all cancel out. And 9 of these will cancel out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 will cancel out here. So I'll only have y's on the top. And if you were to count those y's, you had 21. 7, 7, 7, 21. You canceled out 9 of them. So if you have 21 and you cancel out 9, I think that's going to be 12. So your final answer is 8 y to the exponent 12 over x to the exponent 2. I hope that helps. Don't forget that your homework is posted on Instagram. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. I'm looking. I go to my channel on Instagram, Speaking Like an Old Lady, my profile. And your homework is not there. That was yesterday's homework. This is today's homework, and you don't need to do the ones that are canceled out. All the other ones I want you to try, and if you try them, you can send me a picture and I can check them and help you with the ones that you are struggling with. Good luck with your homework tonight. See you tomorrow.